I just don't. What am I gonna do, Nick?
I'm like, man, that sucks. You should probably figure that out.
Major question. I would like to know this myself.
Okay.
Because I don't really know the exact rules behind this. Are you obligated to help your partner's family with financial problems?
Obligated? I don't think you're obligated.
Yeah. I think it's a nice gesture if you have the means to do it. And obviously, depending on the situation, but
Obligation's a funny word, right? But I feel like that's what
Or
family
is it your responsibility?
I think that's what families should do, if you can. So, like, context, it depends on context, right?
Yeah.
So, like, let's say your in-laws are gambleholics and they did it to themselves. That's different from an unfortunate accident.
Fuel the fire is more what you,
Yeah, an unfortunate accident of, like, oh, someone in the family got sick. Guess what? You have the perfect amount to help them out with.
Yeah.
That's fine. Okay. But I don't know if obligation is the word, but I feel like I don't know, man. In my mind, maybe it's the whole, like, traditional Japanese thingy in me, but, like, it depends on your rank and your age and your status in the family. If I was the oldest guy and it's kind of on me to take care of it, then I'll just do it. It's just easier because I have a blueprint versus, like, I don't know. I think like there's, like, too much thinking when you have to, like, go case by case. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's easier to just have, like, this is the rule, we're gonna follow it.
Yeah, or like, okay, well, let's say that there's already an older guy in the family that's way more wealthy, and then they can step up and do it. Maybe I'll help. I don't know, like, yeah. It depends on who can help, maybe.
Yeah.
What if this is a situation where it's not a medical need or something? Let's say that on the other side of the family, there's a cousin. Okay? Just a cousin. Just a dude. Kind of reputably a screw-up.
Cholo.
And is just...
gang member.
and is just asking for money.
For what?
There's no, he's just broke.
Oh, fuck no. Get a goddamn job.
Yeah.
Just a second ago, it's a Japanese thing. Fuck no.
Yeah. Get a goddamn job.
But if you're not productive, that's the most un-Japanese thing you can do. If you don't got no job, you're not Japanese.
That's not even in my mind, I'm thinking everyone's pretty much trying their best. And then they ran into some hard times.
Yeah, like, if you're a moocher, then...
Yeah, but it's just a guy that's...
Because I've had family members go bankrupt, and you know, I actually only had like $30K in my bank account at the time. I gave them all of it.
Yeah. Wow.
So
that's Japanese.
They had a family, and by the way, they took care of me for 2 years. They gave me like $1,000 a month.
Dude, what a great fucking
for 30
investment.
months?
Yeah, what an investment.
Yeah,
on their
that's the
end,
exact
you know?
amount.
It's their 30K.
It's kind of that's how I saw it.
You're like, I'm a bank.
Yeah, and all the money I saved, I just gave it back. No,
I gave you 5%.
They helped me they put me through college, so I felt like that's the least I can do.
Wow. Okay.
That's the least I can. They gave me $1,000 a month, because they were just like focus on studying. I'll give you $1,000 a month.
Who are these people to you?
My family.
Oh shit.
So then, when they went through hard times, he had kids, and then so I'm just like, just take it. I don't need it. I don't have kids. I could figure it out. Wow. And so,
oh wow.
In that case, it's kind of like, that's why I feel like that's what family does, right? It's just sometimes things happen, and you know, he got scammed, and you know, it wasn't his fault, and things just happen. And I know people are good for it and will bounce back. But then if it's just a freeloader,
well,
you know what I mean? Like,
it's not so much he's a freeloader. He just like, you know, there's always somebody that just doesn't have shame about asking for money. And it's not that they're always throwing it away. They just don't have that barrier to where they're too embarrassed to ask. And sometimes dudes just go, hey, like, if you could just float me for, like, you know, a couple months, maybe just like 2K will be good, you know?
I never had anyone in my life do that.
Yeah. Plus, I would consider it or respect it if they presented a plan. Here's how much money I need. This is what I'm doing with it. I'm planning on returning the money at this point. Or I'm making monthly payments to get you back your money.
That's cool, yeah.
Right? Like if you come with a plan, then I'm like, okay, now I can at least consider whether or not this is.
But what if the plan was like, all right, this month
Here we go.
I want a lot of crack rock. Next month,
I'm only gonna smoke a little bit, but sell the rest.
Yeah. I think that's a good plan.
If they're already a fuck up, I'm already like, fuck no. I don't even need to test it. Yeah, I'm like, you're already. But then if it's like you're down on your luck or something, and like let's say you live like a regular life, and then like out of nowhere, fucking semi truck smashed your car and you need a car to get to your job, I'll help you. But if I could already tell that you're a fuck up, I would just say no right off.
What do you do when, like, because I remember I ran into this problem in the past with someone I used to date, but like, her family wouldn't directly ask me for shit, but I would hear her cry about these topics. And in front of me, you know, certain people do this thing where they go, I don't know what I'm gonna do about this, and they know that you can help, but they don't want to be like, can you just like do something? But they're just like, I just don't. What am I gonna do, Nick?
I'm like, man, that sucks. You should probably figure that out.
What's an example? What's an example?
Like a thing like, oh, my cousin needs a place to stay for this, like he's stuck out there, just needs money for a hotel. I don't know why.
And then
I got nothing to give him. I don't know what to do.
And then I'll be like, there's some Airbnbs that cost like $45 a night, but it's like a 10-night minimum. You gotta check that out. I would say that.
And that's not even my wife or nothing. It's just like I was dating her.
Yeah.
But then like
That's
I
tough.
know that the answer to this problem is easily fixed by me just doing
And
it.
she's constantly just falling all over you.
Yeah.
Fucking tell me.
And it's almost like a situation of like, oh, I wish there was. Like, you might as well just be saying, I wish there was a man in my life to fix this.
Yeah. What did you end up doing?
Oh, no, I paid for it, yeah.
Pay for it. Wow.
What do you mean? You just gave him a hotel?
Yeah.
Good guy.
That's tight though.
But it's because I want this to stop. It's
Yeah.
not because I want to help. I don't even
Just
know.
like, I don't want to hear the whining.
I don't even know if there's screw up. All it is there's a problem in front of me, and this is, I could easily fix it.
In most of my examples, it's like I hear something about it and I'm just like, oh, I could help him, and I'll just do it.
Yeah.
But I never had well, yeah, I mean,
with me.
it's never something where someone's ever asked me. I don't think I've ever been asked.
Yeah, I didn't want to
Yeah.
ask anybody.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but that's what I mean by is
But
a
it's
lot
easier
of
to
the
give when people aren't.
and I think
asking
everyone
to.
here probably does the same thing. Is when you hear that someone that you feel close to or someone that you care about is like going through something, then you go, oh, why did you tell me? Or you just do it, right?
For friends is different.
different,
But then
right.
if it's your partner's situation, that's where I was interested in, because
Oh, your partners.
yeah, that's what the question is, like,
Partner's
are you
family.
up? Yeah, your partner's family or your partner's, like, whatever, because it's not yours. You don't have that feeling of I'm gonna take care of him, but then
You're not obligated.
Okay, well,
then they do, and if they can't, do you step up?
It also
I
depends.
think if you're married, then that's family,
Yeah,
right? So
exactly.
you already signed up for them to also be a part of you. If you're a couple, that's a little bit different. But I would do it to make her happy. So like if your girl, whether you give a fuck about a loser ass cousin or whatever, I would just be like, your cousin's a fucking loser, but I'm doing this for you, not for them. And I'll make that a point.
Yeah.
What if she's like, why are you so mean?
You know
I'm
what's
gonna
really
say that about
interesting?
him.
I have I actually have the opposite predicament.
What do you mean opposite predicament?
So
What does that mean?
so it's really weird. It's
Like they don't want none of your help, and they say, get the fuck out of here, Bart.
in their way. So like you know, like when Gio's brother passed away, like their family is good, like the best family you could ask for, and it's like they never burden anyone, and it's the wife that's left, and then they got 4 kids, so that's a lot to deal with, and they have to still raise all 4. So I was like, okay, like what? I'm like, I want to help, and I know that they're just like they're just regular people that like. They have a W-2, they live life, like they don't think entrepreneurial outside of the box type shit. So they're just like very normal, let me follow these tracks. So any outside of the box type thinking, I have to present, right? So I actually made a like 30-page spreadsheet. And I'm like, you don't have to decide now, you guys are grieving, I understand, but this is why I think it would be a good time to move to Vegas pretty much. in my plan, I talk about how I'll sell our house immediately, and then we'll buy 2 cheaper houses, but they'll be side by side. Because the month that the brother passed away, me and Gio and Taika stayed there for a month, and it was super cute. All the kids got to play, so we're just trying to bring all the family together. So I'm like, we can duplicate this without the gunshots, without that weird homeless guy that doesn't want to leave,
Without the burning factory.
without the burning factory, and then the fireworks at 3 a.m. and the drag racing. Without all this,
All right, dude.
we could do it in like a nice place.
All right, man. My city, dude.
I said a goal already.
So I created the spreadsheet, and I was like, you literally won't have to, what's the word? You don't have to worry about mortgage or rent, because I'll sell our house, we'll buy 2 of them, side by side, and they're just like, oh, that's cool. And there's never like, I'll take you up on the offer or anything like that. And I'm like, I really want to help, and I'm in the place where I can help, but they're still in fucking Cholo land, you know? And I'm like, damn, that's crazy.
Wow.
Sometimes it's hard to take help. Though.
Who are the ones set to make that choice?
You're saying the
would be
sister-in-law?
It'd be the sister-in-law, but it's
also the mom, or
it would also be the mom, but it's also a situation where like the mom will never leave because she'll feel like she's leaving the sister-in-law, and the sister-in-law would never leave because she feels like she's leaving the mom.
what if they leave them together?
But I'll tell them we'll all leave together though. You know, like so, and that all that stuff happened in the summer. Fucking hot. Their AC broke down, and then Gio's brother's super handy, so he's usually the guy that fixes everything. So they're like also really like they're grieving. It's fucking hot as fuck in the house. I was like, dude, I'll take care of it. So I called the AC person, got it fixed, and then she heard what the bill was, and it was like $1,700. So I just paid for it because I was like, don't even worry about that stuff right now. But I can just see that like the husband has been such a good husband. She never had to really worry about anything.
Wow.
So now that there's bills and random stuff coming, she's like, oh shit, you know? And then so now kind of like Gio's mom is the one stepping in and like taking care, like, you're my son's wife, so I'll kind of take care of the whole situation. And she did a really good job of saving her whole life, so she actually has a decent amount. But she's old, so I want to come in and help. But it's like, it's weird because I almost want them to take advantage of it.
But there's no counter argument on their side. They're just not answering you.
I just feel like it's so daunting. Because if you think of like really,
It's shifting everything.
yeah, if you think of like really small town people, they'll be the type of people to go to, like even though they live in LA, but when you're like in a super niche part of LA and you're so small town, imagine the type of people that go to the same, like your dad went to that barber, your grandpa went to that barber, so you'll go to that
Your
barber.
foundations are there.
Yeah, and that the barber fucks everyone's haircut up, but you still go. It's like that. You know, they go to the same supermarket down the street. Like it's
Superior.
Like,
But what I don't get is they're immigrants too. Like this isn't like something that's
Big change.
deep rooted for generations.
Well, I think it's maybe timing, right?
Yeah,
when you lose
it's
somebody,
timing, yeah.
a big change like that already seems too overwhelming.
And also the gesture that you created is such a big gesture.
Pretty big.
Or I could feel like a lot of people would feel guilty.
Maybe it's stunning.
and I don't even know if they even saw a PowerPoint before. But I was like, I need to.
That's why she's like, what is this?
I'm like, no, Bart, we don't want to buy your fucking.
But I needed to collect my thoughts. I didn't want it to become like too emotional of a conversation. I wanted to have points.
Yeah.
One, school district.
And it's certainty driven too.
Yeah. And then I sent it to them. Take a look on your own time.
Well, at least all that's left is for them to emotionally decide, but logistically, it's there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dude, that's crazy. That's fucking, you're the man, dude.
Yeah, that's
It might just be too overwhelming of a gesture that the guilt thing and like there's even if you're 100% willing, they might be like, I could never take this.
I could never pay this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like they'd be like, no fucking way. I'm not going to do that shit.
And
I'm not
then
going to put
they
you
probably
through
don't-
that.
yeah,
You know, like, they're probably thinking that way. They're like, I want to put Bart and Gio and Taika through this. Like, yeah, I don't know.
For us, we're not married to anything. We're married to family. So we could sell a house. We don't give a fuck. Like this is where we live now, but we'll do anything.
And also, how rare is that to have family members that are actually that down for you?
Right.
Like, that's almost alien. That's almost fucking unheard of.
that's
out
more
of a
valuable
movie.
to have, like how you're saying, because the synergy's so good. It's not like you're being put out and having to have a negative outcome over this.
Yeah.
That's great for everybody. Everyone's together.
So at least the good thing that came out of it is they know that we're 100% for them, no matter what, you know.
Damn.
I'd love to see the PowerPoint though.
Yeah.
I'll send it to you.
I don't want to check it out.
So you want to move to Vegas?
He makes corrections.
Buy me a house. I know. I'll take your Taika. Shit.
I was like, yeah, I'll babysit Taika, me and Tiff.
So does that PowerPoint transfer over to anybody else?
You get 3 houses?
Me and Ryan will move in.
The pugs too. They can play with Taika.
Does Taika like pugs?